Hello, everybody. It's Leela.
Happy holidays.
And Bo. You have to say and Bo.
I know, I was going to sing instead. Happy holidays.
Oh,
Hey, we're recording this
Oof.
on
oof.
the eve of Christmas. If you celebrate, hope you get presents and stuff. If you don't celebrate like
I
us,
hope you get presents
hope you still
anyway.
get presents.
Everybody should get presents.
I always like the people who celebrate, like they're all into Christmas and they get your Christmas present. You're like, oh, back at you. And you don't get them anything back because they're like, that's their thing, you know. Hope you get lots
That's
of gift
rude.
cards and toys.
That's rude.
And the best present of all, me.
Okay. So today we're going to be catching up. We need to talk about episodes 2 and 3. We were late, so we're just doing a massive combo episode.
It's been a bit weird with the
for
translations
episodes
and stuff. Yeah.
2 and 3 of Planet C Home Race. There's so much to cover. So we have the performances from episode 2 to cover, and then the rankings and eliminations from episode 3. We'll talk a little bit about our picks, our top sixes, and then what we're looking forward to going into the final, which is next in a few days.
in 2 parts?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
No 2 part.
Live?
1 part. Yeah, I think so.
All right. Oh,
We're
yeah,
not-
on Inmet and in
We're
YouTube.
not watching it live. I'm not getting up in the middle of the night.
Oh,
for this.
there's a kitty scratching me. Okay.
But yeah. So we have a lot to go over today. So let's just jump into the performances from episode 2.
Performance?
We talked
Hot,
about
hot.
ISTJ last time. The 2 other performances were included in this episode and for episode 2. Even though we had already seen them, it was all the timing on this show has been
It's
really
real weird. Yeah.
really weird. But yeah, we had 17 Hot team led by Surin. What did you think of the Hot team performance?
Actually, I think it was the best of the 3.
For some reason, it was voted like
The last. I think Surin is honestly,
What?
in my opinion, overall, if not the top, one of the top 3 of the whole show, skills wise, everything. I think he's an idol. He needs to be an idol. He speaks 3 languages in this one episode, or these couple episodes. He speaks 3 languages: English, Mandarin, Chinese, whatever, and Korean. And I bet you he can speak like 12 more. I think he is trying to keep a good face on, but you
He
can tell
is.
he's having a hard time because he might.
It's been
you know,
they've been put through the ringer.
If you're not voting for Surin, I don't understand what you're.
I don't
what
understand
your
you.
Life on Earth is about. What are we all AI? We're all AI, right? Anyway, I thought it was great. I thought the younger flippy kid, I'm forgetting his name. Shung Yu, I think to me, now he is young, he's 15, but you know, they debut at 16, 17, so I don't mind if he goes back and cooks for a while. I think he is super skilled. He reminds me of some of the members of some other groups. They're like, been doing Taekwondo since they were 3, and they're really respectful, and I think he can sing pretty well too. Surin's voice was really stable, probably one of the high points of it. And you know, yeah, overall, I thought it was really, really cool. I thought it was neat how they gave that younger kid a chance to kind of be like,
Yeah, they focused on him
Yeah.
so much, and it was like so nice. He got a little bit of like storyline because this team got voted to add a little acrobatic dance break type thing. So he really got to lead that and show off, and then he was like helping the other team members like, here's what you can do as well, and this is what I do. He was like the center of attention for this episode, and then, you know,
To be
we'll
fair,
get to it in a minute. But
yeah, I think he had to be because the dance master was like, you know, that the athletics are cool, but you need to add in a couple more people. So I think he kind of
so it wasn't just
was
him.
going to be the center because of the attention, because he has to show them what to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, but
I
that,
like the way
you
he
know.
incorporated the other members. Like they, you know, did little things together and stuff like that. It wasn't just him. I thought that was kind of fun. Like, if you're gonna like wedge a acrobatic thing into this song,
Yeah.
this is the team to do it. And then
Yeah,
he
and
was the
Boys
one to do
Planet,
it.
Boys 2 Planet, he did well as well.
Yeah.
I remember, and I think he's a little young, so I don't mind if he doesn't make it. But I think if you're a younger female, I mean, he's adorable.
I think that
you know,
the being an athlete thing, because again, I've been a fan of, you know, I'm always a fan of the like Taekwondo kids that come into the show.
well, there's a lot of them.
I think that it can be a little bit of a like double-edged sword, because if people just see you as like that's all you can do, and you're like, are you also doing the idol parts correctly? Do you have the idol vibe? Can you sing? Can you dance outside of the context
Yeah.
of this? I don't know that, like, I think it's really easy to see him as like maybe not quite ready on the idol side of things, and that he was just like really focused on the athletics.
I'm going to push back on that, sir. Your Honor.
Because like Mashio, one of my ultimate biases historically, he was this kid in Treasure Box.
Yes.
But he had incredible vocals, and like it was a really good dancer, and then also just kind of. It needs to be like the icing on the cake. For him, it kind of feels like the whole cake.
Yes, but to me, the whole thing about a kid who's been doing Taekwondo since they were 4, there's a mentality there that is exactly matching to that of being an idol.
Yeah.
You're physically having to be, you're having to look a certain way, you're having to perform, you're having to do a lot of boring stuff repeatedly. I think that kind of mentality is perfect. It's not my favorite type of idol mentality. My favorite type is like a Lim Jack or somebody who comes out of nowhere and is just goofy and then surprises you, have fun. Or someone like a Bora, who's my favorite, just sheer raw power, you know. So I think however it goes, I'm happy for him. If he leaves the show right now, he got some more attention. Somebody will pick him up later. If he makes it in the group, cool. The one I'm really mostly concerned about, though, is Surin and Yi-Chen.
I thought Yi-Chen did really well. Like, he's really like going up my list of like favorites for this group oldest, in this show. Yes, yeah. I just like him a lot. Like, I don't know what is going.
He got that. His vote. One famous moment, Boys to Planet, was the
very
argument
negatively
stuff.
toned.
And that's cool. But they were also doing a diss track from the beginning. They were talking about it, or not from the beginning, but they finally talked about it. And I thought they were playing it up for the camera. Nobody should take any of this stuff that seriously until there's actual tears flowing and stuff. And and I think he showed in that. Yeah, yes, the younger kid had a dynamic that Yi-Chen didn't have. I think he had a little bit of a youthful. Fun kind of like unpredictability to him, but Yi-Chen is again been doing this a long time. He's got the look and the shape.
I think he should. I think he's ready to.
I'd like to see him go further. I just don't know that the voters are seeing it, and that's the problem.
I think this team got paid dust, but they did well.
Oh, they did probably the best, I thought.
And the third team is the Drama Espa team, the Drama Mama. Which was Jihao's team. This, oh my god, they really did bring the drama, mama. Well, he was yelling at them.
I mean,
because they did super well in interim checks and in practice, so they were all feeling super duper confident. They did their stage rehearsal in their costumes, and then like flubbed it up, and it wasn't really that clean. And so that Jihao just had a mental break and was screaming at his team, which was kind of scary. Like, you don't want him mad at you, I don't think. But, he was like, this is just embarrassing,
Yeah, I don't.
Which was not wrong.
I do not like how these shows, I can't speak about the industry as much, but I'm sure it applies to that a bit. I don't like how the shows, how like a judge or a master or another teammate will get angry at somebody if it's something about an appearance or something stupid like that. Like that stuff drives me crazy. But seeing them own some of these kids who have gone on several shows now, at least 2, and get up there and act shy or whatever, getting mad at those kids is 100% applicable and correct. Because, or let's just say this, they're only human, the judges and Jiahao and people like that. And when you're been doing it for a while and you've been seeing the same shy kid who just won't sing louder, like that kind of thing, it starts to make you angry. So I'm actually, the stuff that we see on screen is mild compared to, I think, how some of them not should be yelled at, but should be like, look, if you can't handle the embarrassment of just like the teacher calling you up to the front and doing the thing by yourself, what are you doing here? Because some of them were obviously scouted at malls or something. And it's like, what, or they're like, I've been trying this for so long. It's like, well, then should you act like it? Like Little Bo. Little Bo is not messing around.
He was like set up from the beginning. This whole time he was like not feeling well. His voice was really screwed up. He almost completely lost his voice. And they were still like, well, you should keep trying. It's like, oh my, please, you guys, please. He's like one of the best vocalists on the show. It goes without question.
He's pretty young.
He got
though,
sick.
Right?
He's like.
So I don't mind necessarily.
He got sick and was like having a hard time because of that. Like lay off him, a little bit. But I think in the end he pulled it out, and I wouldn't have known otherwise that he was sick. Well,
the best moment in this selection process, or the worst moment, I don't know how you would describe it. The moment that summed up all of K-pop for all of time was when I think it was Hingyu, they were deciding who to pick as their pairs when they did. Well, I don't know if it was this segment when they were picking the pairs to do the ace group. Hingyu, I think it was Hingyu, said, "Well, do we go with popularity or skill?" That's all of K-pop summed up right there.
We can talk about that. Do you anything else to say on this performance before we talk about that?
Yes, on this performance, Jiahao, this is what he's really good at. The kind of, like the really energetic.
Yeah, I think that he kind of honestly kind of hard carried this, but also this I'm not a fan of aespa in general, but even as a non-aespa fan, I was watching that Whiplash performance and listening to that over and over and over and over because of how good I thought it turned out. This one is no. I mean, this particular song is just.
And I think it was it's if you're doing a female group song that is also. It's so dependent on attitude and delivery because they're not hitting high notes and doing amazing dances. It's this kind of they're selling an image. You got to own it, and the only two I really felt who did that were Little Bo and Jiahao. Now the the other four might have done all right, but you can't get up there with almost no charisma. This is idleness. You have to get up there and be able to sell when you're just talking to people, and some of these kids do not have it. And the fact that Little Bo, I think, can pull he'll do the cool faces and his dancing is precise.
Yeah, he and Bo and Jiahao did a pair dance. That was the special part of this, and of course they did well. Of course, but I think they were the standouts for this performance. But it was kind of grading on a curve because this song was just I don't like it at all.
It's a weird song. Any song that's based on a spoken rhythmic thing can be kind of hoity-toity or hokey. But if you're gonna do it like the Anti-Fragile one, where at least it catches in your head. Like this is just drama, ma. It's like. It's so droning. It's just I don't want it. Just it's not one of the best.
It scratches my brain in the wrong way. Yeah, I don't like it. No. And then for some reason,
no, this is the ace thing. Yeah,
they had another performance that the teams had to do. They had to send 2 of the members from each of the 3 teams to be the ace, and then all those 6 members would go together, perform God's Menu, and then earn extra points for their team or something.
Yeah,
question mark.
It was like an ace battle.
The entire rules of everything for this whole series are so ridiculous, and I can't follow it. I think it's just I've checked out a little bit.
I don't really care because I just want the results. But
there was a whole lot of discussion around who do we send for each team, and what you were saying is that Hengyu brought the new kid, the new person that we didn't know before this. Chian. When they romanize it in Korean, it makes sense, but whenever you have it in the English letters, that does not look like something I can pronounce. It's really difficult to pronounce. So sorry.
It's a pretty name.
That's a particularly difficult name for me. But anyway, the new guy. They were like, should I bring someone with more experience? Or he was basically
skill or popularity.
Do I bring this new guy that everyone seems to like? People are starting to vote for him. He's gaining a little popularity. Do I bring... And he brought him as a play for popularity, which in the moment I felt was kind of lame. Dude.
100% lame. Here's
why did you do
every one of them,
that?
I think Surin picked okay, but every one of them kind of did the same mindset. Here's the great irony about this photo, and this photo right here illustrates perfectly. I think I see what they were trying to do, but there's an argument to be made that what those 3 did, the 3 leads, Surin, Jiahao, and Hengyu, what they did is they brought up their replacements. The 3 that are going to make it in the group that are going to.
That's not true.
I completely think that those 2 on the 2 ends, by the way, are going to probably be in the group. Guy in the middle, what's his name? Probably not. He's kind of a...
No, Hu Hanwen is way up there. You don't understand.
Well, fine, but I'm just saying that going after the popular pick was fine, but these 3 were already popular. Jiahao was number 1, so was Surin, and so was Hengyu. I think they should have relied on their popularity with the skills and gotten somebody really skilled like Little Bo, somebody like that, because they were having such a hard time with him. He couldn't sing the notes and stuff like that, and it was a bit of a mess. So the performance was fine. Actually, Hengyu shocked everybody.
I think he was the standout of the whole performance. because he was like, "Look, I'm tired of this main vocal gig. Let me be a rapper." And then I were like, "Okay." And then he comes on, and it's like really good, and it was just really fun. It was nice to see him look happy and be doing something different. So he, for me, for this particular one, was the standout.
It's interesting because I thought, oh no, every time Hingyu performs, you think, at what point are we going to cry and when are we going to have a hard time? Because he goes for these really hard vocal that anybody would have a hard time with, especially practicing for only a few weeks without blowing out your voice. And I thought, oh no, I love Hangyu, but I just think he needs to get, and he's picked something different. And that was good because he actually looked happy while performing, and he actually did well. And I think he showed people that he could do something else, and appear like he was having a good time. So it gave him a good. That was just, I don't know if that was his, 6D chess or whatever you call it, or just happenstance, like it just happened that way. Because maybe he didn't know he'd do that well, but I think it worked out really well. Jiahao owns this stuff always. This is easily Stray Kids' best song, I think. Best song, best video.
It is.
And he always owns this stuff. But
the song
it's
selection
a bit,
for this series is just, I'm a little bored of it's always these same songs.
I think it's a popular group, so
I'm really bored of the song selection.
I like it when they when they did the older songs.
Yeah, something different.
Because at least it was something different and more musical.
I'm really
but no,
bored.
This is a fantastic song, and Jiahao owns this kind of thing. But I think he needs to do a Hangyu moment and try maybe something
We've seen so many
different.
auditions and performances on the show of Stray Kids songs, of 17 songs, of aespa songs. Now it's like I'm a little. It's hard for me to get super excited about seeing another cover of God's Menu when it's the original is just so distinctive and unique and good. It's just kind of like a perfect encapsulation that no cover is ever going to do it really.
I think the purpose it serves.
So I'm just a little bored of the Stray Kids covers. There was two of them last time.
I agree, and I'm I think the purpose it serves though, especially this song, because everybody knows
it's like a benchmark.
It is a benchmark. It is a graphical
it's a benchmarker.
Running on your gaming PC.
Can you do a Stray Kids song?
And only really the three popular ones did it that memorably to me. And that was the thing is I wish Surin, Jiahao, and Hingyu would have remembered. We're popular.
Also, when they were watching these, they were watching their performance back with the group and the judges. And the judges were like, we brought comments from the, from the fans. And they were like, let's take a moment to read some hate comments.
I thought they were going to be thirst comments, so that'd be funny.
It was hate. They were reading hate comments.
They get good ones, too.
Why did Hangyu choose that guy to be the... I was like, why are you reading hate comments? What are you doing?
That was weird.
That was crazy.
Like they don't go and read this stuff themselves.
And then I think there was a comment they read about Suru not doing well as main vocal, but again,
he did great
because they didn't bring anyone, and Hangyu didn't want to do it. But anyway, it was just why are you reading them hate comments? What is this show?
Over the years, I feel bad for him in that they do have to fill in hours of content, so they're coming up with weird stuff. But overall though, the performance was fine. I think, of course, Jiahao and Hangyu really stood out to me.
Okay, so moving into episode 3, we have the rankings and eliminations. The ranking system and the elimination system for this particular round was bullcrap. Can we just?
It was complicated, yeah.
Because the top voted team, everyone got to stay regardless of their individual voting. The middle ranked team had half people leave, and the bottom rank were up for elimination, air quote. So the rankings here was not people are getting their individual votes and then points or whatever, and this is the ranking. If they were going to do this, they should have done it like they do in the other show, where a top-ranking team gets a bonus point vote.
Just a little, a few extra points.
They get some points towards their total, and then that will maybe boost them up. But this I felt was a little harsh to just be okay, top-ranked team, everyone stays, primarily because if it was based on votes, the 11th and 12th positions would be Bowen and Binghua down here at the bottom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Based on votes, it would have been the two of them, but because of the way the team thing worked out, it was Ming, Che, and Kristen Yang who got to stay because they were in the winning team.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. It wasn't... the kind of a group counts to everybody the way they did it, I should say, this is something you don't necessarily do for elimination. Maybe you do for like a ranking show, or I don't know.
Functionally, it's probably the same as giving people bonus points, like in the other, like Whiplash team got a bunch of points, and then that kind of lifted everyone, even the popular members in the team, and then it lifts everyone else as well. So functionally, it's probably the same, but for some reason, it just really frustrated me the way it was presented, in that, and especially just because Bo was eliminated on a technicality, one of the most talented kids in the entire show.
Yeah, and
was eliminated on a technicality.
He had his fans too.
And again, he probably wouldn't have made it to the end because of the amount of votes or whatever, because he was still kind of hovering towards the bottom. Of the 12, but still, like, it feels like he got eliminated on a technicality, and it's just like frustrating.
I mean, I'm not as bothered by it again because he is so young. So I'm not, and he is really talented. I don't think this is his one shot. You know what I'm saying? It's just a shot. But
I hope he gets picked. I mean, we said this before. We said this on Boys Planet, but I hope that Bowen isn't even with a company right now. He's not even like a trainee. He's just like really good.
Yeah.
I hope he gets picked up. I hope he gets to like debut somewhere. Like, I just think he's so skilled.
Yeah, I
like,
think he could do a lot. So we'll see. But I mean, what happens is you get people who are obviously way more skilled than other people get kicked out, and so it doesn't have a let's create a diamond out of this coal situation. It's not even really a popularity thing. It's kind of like people skirt by on technicalities, which is kind of weird. I mean, I love Limjack to death, but I think Bo should be in his place at least.
Too.
You know, it's stuff like that. Dong Ha Hai, I love him as well, but I'd rather see Bo there. Just there's a few that I'm cool with them being there, of course. I'm cool with all these people, but I just think that, come on. But I think this Hingyu at the top, Jia Hao at the top, I think that's actually going to change quite a bit.
I don't think so.
I have predictions about who I think is going to be in, and I think.
But our top, if we had a top 6 based off of this, again, I didn't mention, we're gonna have like I think 6 members minimum, and then they might add a 7 and an 8 if there are, for each 20 million votes, they're gonna like maybe add new positions. I'm not going to count on that. I don't think that's happening.
I think it might be a chance for the judges to, or some weird thing to be like, we want this, like do a weird, like a sudden pick. I think that'd be fun.
But maybe they're like, it's all a setup, and in the end, it'll just be to be really fun and exciting in the live show. They'll be like, every live vote counts for 10 times more, and so therefore, you got it. We have an 8-member group. Or if it's just going to be 6 and like leave it at that.
I don't think they.
It feels weird to have them sort of like, we'll decide when we get there. Like,
but I don't think that's what they're saying. I think they're kind of leaving it open to have some kind of way for them to get a 7th person at least. I don't think they would mention it if they didn't think, if Mnet didn't think we could get 20 million. If they thought, we can't get 20 million votes, they would never mention it, because you don't want, in the end, they don't want to say we couldn't manage to get 20 million votes.
That's true. If they don't add any members, doing this for a reason. It would be like a failure.
Right, and so they're going to use this as a way to say, because they know that just seeing the numbers, and they could easily get 20 million votes. Probably the votes.
I don't know about easily.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying that they're confident they probably can, and I think it's a chance to finally do something that we've always wanted in one of these shows, which is like judges pick. All along, this person, bring him out. Bo was the best all along. He should have been here, or done something weird like that. Because while yes, the people who voted for the other people who got eliminated would get angry, I think it would feel.
I would
good.
be super comfortable with this top 7 debut. I'm happy. I'm super happy. Top 7, I'm good to go. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the rankings thus far. There's our top 6. If we only have 6, this is our top 6. We differ in one position. Again, Jack is just like,
I mean,
it's not realistic, and it's probably not correct, but I just like him, I don't.
Well, you let the guy on the show with no training, and yes, Idoldom is about going to years of training and slogging through it like Jia Hao has done for 28 years of his life or whatever. But you let Limjack on the show. He is going to have to be the guy who works his way up. Yeah. And if he's popular and makes it in, I think there's a reason he's there. We've seen idols who have been in the idol system for 6 years and 7 years who really didn't really show a real fire of talent and still made it into groups all the time. So why not a guy who's just a fun spirit. Why not have him in there? I don't think he'll make it. Maybe he'll be the 7th or something. No. But I would be happy if he does.
But with the absence of Bo, I put Fanji J.E. In. I like he seems very sweet and he's very popular. He's like very highly ranked. So like I'm down with that.
I swapped out Christian with him because I think Christian Yang is more skilled. Period.
Yeah, he did well in his first performance in the rapping part.
Well, I just think
he did really
I
well.
think this Fanji is good or whatever. There's nothing I can remember that he's done that's really great other than be kind of tall and good looking, which is again cool, but it is Idoldom. But I still have hope for Idoldom to eventually have super talented people filling out the group like EXO or something. So other than Lim Jack, who I'm just pulling for.
We can't be hypocrites and say that we only care about talent and then have Lim Jack.
No, you can have your offshoots, of course. You know, some people that you just like for some reason. But overall, if you look at the groups we picked, I think you got a lot. You got vocal, Surin and Hingyu. You got rapper Xiao Yichen. And then Lim Jack is just the maknae who's crazy. And then Yang or Ji could be a singer, I don't know what, dance, rapper as well. Yeah. So you know.
Those are our top 6s for right now. We only have the one more episode. Episode 4 is the final. There are 2 teams. They're going to be performing the same song.
Which I'm cool with.
They picked teams blindly. It's silly. It doesn't really matter.
And did we like the songs, the original songs?
There was only the one.
That they're going for, I know, but they had 2 to pick from.
It was okay.
The breakdown
we
was
didn't
cool.
hear much about it.
No.
So it's like, whatever. We'll talk about that song performance next time whenever we talk about the eliminations. They did share this yesterday because we're in the final stretch of voting. So, like, you can vote for 3 people. It's not even 1-pick voting. For finals, it's not even 1-pick. It's 3-pick, which is crazy. And also not even 3-pick. 3-pick, and you can do it 10 times per day. I sat through about 5 votes before I got too bored watching the ads. I'll finish the rest of my 10 votes later today.
This bottom 4, they're.
So this is, they showed this because these are the people that, like, see, that's also the confusing part. What do you mean bottom 4?
Of
12.
Right.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're telling me you're going to have 8 debut? Because 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Because it always, like, whenever they show this, like, a popular person is on the edge. Didn't they do it with Leo? You're kind of like, oh my god, what's happening? What's going on? What are they doing? It's also like, no, they just did Surin the biggest favor in the whole world. Because they're getting everyone to panic vote for him.
To be fair, they've done this a lot.
Because I hadn't been opening that app, but I opened that app after I saw this.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting through those godforsaken 10 ads to vote. And my 3-pick is Surin, Jihao, and Yichen.
Yeah, but you see,
That's my 3-pick.
It's not really shocking because they have done this before. This is a tactic they use, so nobody should be upset.
It bodes well for Surin that they did this. It bodes poorly for Yichen that they did this because he's right on that edge. Probably
it could possibly bode well for Lim Jack. He could.
Do you think people are going to mobilize for Lim Jack?
He might get in there above these 3 guys. Sure.
That'd be crazy. Like, if it happened, that would be crazy. That would be so fun. If there was an 8-member group and we had Jack in it, so fun.
But hang on a second.
Their variety content would be so fun.
So right now it's 3 votes. Is it going to be 3 votes till the end?
Yeah.
So then it might be a really weird mix-up.
I think maybe during live. I don't know if there's going to be a during live vote. Again, the rules for this whole thing.
That's maybe where
the 1-pick would come in. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because the 1-pick is where it gets. The 1-pick is when you get all the cuties and all the really skilled ones don't.
But they're not doing 1-pick.
Maybe the live thing. I don't know.
Which is crazy. They always do 1-pick.
They can find a trick, but here's I love doing this part. I always love doing predictions. Lita never ever.
You want to go back to the visuals?
Yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, I'm just kind of. This is just for fun, but I have what I have.
This is your prediction?
Well, 2, 3, 4. I think here I got 5 that I think are going to make it.
Okay.
Okay, completely wrong. Jihao, of course. Jihao. Hingyu, vocals, right?
Yep.
Ji.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not my pick, but obviously he's popular. Zhao Guanzi. Guanju?
Linlin, I think, is his nickname.
Okay, Linlin. Mm-hmm. And Hanwon.
Hanwon, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think those 5
and Hanwon are the 2 super popular members that have just never really clicked for me, but I get it. and they're popular, and I'm cool with them debuting.
Yeah, I'm always cool with people going like, you walk into
literally this top 7, I'll take 7.
Oh,
if
sure.
there's an 8 slot, I don't know if the new guy will make it in to the group in the end. What if Jack slid in there and make 8? That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be the kind of the funny thing. That'd be kind of the funny thing. But the one I think would make me really like feel good is Dong Hong Hai. I think if he made it,
yeah, we haven't talked about Hong Hai, but again, it just it doesn't click for me with him.
No, I just think that he has got to find his thing, and he'll find it on stage, not in a show that makes you go through all this stuff. I don't know. He's too diplomatic and nice. He needs to get on the stage and craft his stage character, and I think it'd be great. But yeah, I mean, so far, I don't know what... Will Lim Jack be the Maknae? Will they call him the Maknae when he's in the group?
You're making me go back.
No, I was just joking.
No, if Jack was there,
that kid's younger.
And Jay is the same age as Jack.
Well, how he acts.
Jay.
Come on.
Jay he's the same age as Jack? They're 2006? Oh my God, he's an infant. I wouldn't have guessed him as being such a baby.
He's just height and stuff. I don't. Who knows? Weirder things have happened.
But the age gap in the team, 1998 to 2006.
Yeah, I mean okay.
How many years?
Okay,
somebody do the math for me. How many years
real
of
quick,
age gap is that?
In Korea, what are we talking? 96 to what?
8 year. It's an 8 year gap.
Yeah. Okay, that's your elder, literally, like 8 years. That's crazy.
There's other groups that have an 8 year gap.
I mean, when I was 25, I lived with my girlfriend, at the time girlfriend's little brother, and he was 16, and I was, I guess, 24, whatever it was. We 8 years, 7, 8 years. And he felt like a child to me, like my child. Yes. So I get. But it's the stuff when they're like
these
a year apart.
Like recently in Boys Planet and stuff, there wasn't like the huge age gap. But X1, I remember specifically, had a humongous age gap.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like similar. It was like an 8 year age gap. So the oldest members were like grown ass men, and then the youngest members were like literal infants. And it was like made it a little awkward when you're picking a concept to be in my opinion. So where it's like,
as long as everybody's
is that okay for the 16-year-olds? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to.
But anyway,
it is kind of gives it a familial feel, which I think is kind of interesting. Like they're buddies and they're actually a family. But when they're 2 months apart or 2 years apart,
I think there is actually good potential for this group to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. The show's been fine. I wish they all would go this fast.
Yeah.
Good golly.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for episodes 2 and 3. We will see you next week.
In the new year. Wait, would it be the new year?
No.
Oh, well, have a good new year.
We'll see you next week for the final to talk about whatever Alpha Drive 2 is going to be.
Wait, hey.
What?
Do you hear that? There's knocking on the roof. Go to bed. You're not going to get presents.
Okay, bye.